Hello Spidey, welcome back to Mimi Cooking. Today we are making Vietnamese meatball, or another name called siu mai. The ingredients we have is ground pork, jikama, cornstarch, fish sauce, black pepper, olive oil, tomatoes, tomato paste, sugar, and scallion garlic. It's simple, pretty easy to do, guys, but it's take a little bit time to do. First, we just put jikama and minced pork together, and after that, just add all the seasoning, such as cornstarch, fish sauce, sugar, black pepper. For every pound of pork, you will add 1 ounce of jikama. So here I'm using about 3.5 or 4 pounds of pork, so I add 4 ounces of jikama, and I add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Here you guys see that I put a little bit first, but at the end I have to add more, so it's roughly about 2 tablespoons. And 2 teaspoons of black pepper and half tablespoons of sugar. So you add those seasoning in. Oh, and don't forget to add in the scallions and garlic here too. And after that, just make them well together. Make sure when you mix them, you don't over make your meatball. If you over make your meatball, it will make your meatball too dense, and the sauce is not gonna go in the the meatball, so you don't get those flavor. I make a large batch of meatball here, but I will put the recipe of the smaller batch of meatball for you guys, so it's easy to make. It took me about 5 minutes to make the meatball to the consistency that I like, but this is big batches, remember. So after that, I just using my ice cream scoop to scoop out the meat for the meatball. So the size of the meatball is up to you. You can use bigger ice cream scoop, or you can use smaller ice cream scoop. It's up to you. After I scoop all the meat out to the size that I like, so I will shape my meatball into a rounder meatball. So right now it's not round. So I use a glove here to make the meatball, which is easy for me to do because it doesn't stick on my hands and it doesn't make any mess. But if you guys don't like to use these kitchen gloves, you guys can use your bare hands, but make sure that you, every time that you're gonna do the meatball, just dip your hands into the water a little bit, just to wet your hands a little bit, and then round it up so the meat will not stick on your hands too much. Here are my finished meatballs. After that, we are going to make the tomato sauce. First, we will cut our tomatoes into a smaller pieces. Here I cut mine about 1/2 inch big, but if you guys want a bigger chunk of tomatoes in your sauce, cut it bigger. You want it small, cut it smaller. But I cut about 1/2 inch big. And in here I use about 9 to 10 tomatoes. But like I said, I will put a smaller batch recipe for you guys. In the hot pot, we will add about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of olive oil. But if you guys like any other oils, you can use the oil that you like. And after that, we will add about 1.5 tablespoons of garlic. Then you will cook the garlic until it's light brown before you add it in tomato paste. We will cook the tomato paste about 2 to 3 minutes before adding in our chopped tomatoes that we did earlier. Mix them all well, cover with the lid, and leave it in there for about 5 to 10 minutes for our tomatoes to cook down a little bit and produce more juice, as you see here. So they produce the tomato juice out, so we know how much water we're gonna add in later on. So here after we let them cook or shimmer for about 5-10 minutes, you're gonna stir them all up together, and we will add the seasoning such as sugar, fish sauce, and 2 cups of water. I add 2 cups of water now to make sure that I like the consistency of the sauce before, you know, I adding too much or I adding too little. And you can taste the sauce right now to see if you like it. So let the sauce shimmer for at least 5 to 10 minutes before adding in the black peppers. So after you add in the black pepper, mix well and let the sauce shimmer in the medium heat for at least 30 to 45 minutes with the lid on. After 45 minutes later, we will drop in our meatballs. One by one, don't drop it in like the whole tray. I put in one by one, make sure all my meatball is in the sauce, because we want to cook all the meatball evenly and everything at one time. After we add all the meatball in the pot, we will let this shimmer for 15 minutes with the lid on, using medium-low heat. After 15 minutes, you will have to flip your meatball, or turn around your meatball. Make sure you turn each and individual to the opposite side. I'm doing this for the meatball to cook evenly, for all the sauce to go in. And you see here that my sauces look really watery, but if you let the sauce, you know, shimmer it down a little bit more, the sauce will thicken it up, because the cornstarch in the meatball will come out and make the sauce thicken up. And also, you know, let it shimmer, reduce down the sauce, the water in the sauce, make it thicker. If it's not thick enough for your taste, you can just use an extra cornstarch, mix it with water on the sides, and put it on the sauce while it's boiling, and then stir around, and then it will thicken it up if you want more thick, so add more cornstarch. Here are the final look of my meatball. Please give me a thumb up, subscribe, and comment below if you want me to make any other one. Thank you very much.